welcome. Today I wanted to talk about a few things that are really important. But before I get into all of that, I wanted to give a shout out and a prayer. Maybe you could join me in a prayer asking God to take care of all the people who so desperately need help with the wildfires around the world, the drought, and all the natural disasters. Remember, we're all connected like spokes on a wheel, so what affects one person affects us. And it breaks my heart even when I see the animals running for their lives when across Europe with all of these wicked fires, and there's just so much going on, and it's a good time to reflect, have gratitude, stay grounded, and keep your faith really, really strong. But which is why I really care about you, and I care about bringing information to you like this holistic approach to health and wellness. So, that being said, I wanted to first talk about sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a natural occurrence. It's when as you age, your muscle mass declines, it shrivels up. But there really are other causes for sarcopenia, and we're seeing it more and more now across Hollywood because a lot of these stars, men and women, are using the GLP drugs like Ozempic to get even leaner and skinnier, and they are losing their muscle mass. And this is really dangerous for them because as you age, you really need good, strong muscles to support a foundation of a good life for you. Like, because you can be so subjected to falls more easily. Even just little tasks that you have going on throughout your day could be majorly impacted by the loss of this muscle mass. So there really are other ways for you to get lean and mean, and they're very simple additions to your diet that you could do that could really give you the one up. You'll be losing weight without harming your body. It's really important to embrace that, and I'm going to do a whole segment on that to really teach you how you can, I'm not meaning this literally, but have your cake and eat it too. So we worry so much about looking older and like having wrinkles and needing Botox and fillers and all of that. But really, when you have a good skincare routine, that only works on the surface. So you need to make sure that you're keeping your muscles full and strong and plump. Just like you want your skin to be plump, you want your muscles to be there. So in order for that to happen, you need to incorporate a lot of protein in your diet because the protein that you consume really helps you maintain your muscle mass. So if you you may notice it creeps up on you incrementally. So you may notice that it's harder for you to get out of your car, or harder for you to get out of a chair, or harder for you to get out of bed or up off the toilet, or whatever it is. It's just getting a little harder. Pay attention to the little things because you want to grab it early. You want to start your corrections early. When these symptoms, if you will, or red flags start occurring in your life. And there's no shame in it because sarcopenia happens to everyone as they age. Just don't bring it on prematurely by taking these drugs and to get leaner and meaner, and when you don't need to, when there are other ways for you to get really svelte and reduce your body mass. Remember Sylvester Stallone, when he was training for that movie Rambo, he was drop dead gorgeous. It was his skin, which is beautiful to begin with, was just stretched over his muscles, and you saw the definition in his muscles from head to toe. And he literally lived on a protein diet, protein and water. And that built up his stamina, his strength, and it made him really lean. So he had great muscle mass without having the occurrence of sarcopenia, even though he was in a way calorie restricted. So there are other ways for you to get the desired results in your body without having to do the GLP drugs. No offense to people who want to take that route. If you want to take that route and you think that that's the only way that you could achieve it, what you need to do is do the little cheats, like adding moringa powder, which has all 9 amino acids in your smoothies, eating more cottage cheese and Greek style yogurt, and adding nuts and seeds, especially nuts, to your yogurt as you eat it, or your cottage cheese as you eat it, because you're bumping up the protein levels every time. Like when I have a bowl of cottage cheese, which I make myself from organic milk, and it's super easy to do in one day with my husband and my right hand man tech guy. With their permission, I'm going to be in the kitchen showing you how to do all this stuff, but so far they won't let me. But anyway, I add a couple tablespoons of brewer's yeast to it as well. And the brewer's yeast adds another level of protein. And I'm eating one meal. I'm down to one meal a day right now because I want to really get in shape before I turn 70 at the end of the year. And I want to shed all the pounds that I put on from having too much fun eating my sourdough and my focaccia and all that crap. Excuse me, but good stuff that I make for other people that I would nosh on. It just, for my body type, I cannot handle it. So I need to shed all that. And I'm doing it with one snack, which is my either my homemade yogurt or my homemade cottage cheese. And I add to it the brewer's yeast and the nuts. And I stir it all together. And it just takes the edge off, and I'm not hungry anymore. And then it could last me until dinner. And really at dinner time, I have to force myself to eat because that one little snack took my appetite away. But at any rate, I'm not worried about sarcopenia for myself because I am getting enough protein with my snack and then my dinner, which I'm making sure I'm eating enough protein with dinner as well. And you need a piece about the size of the palm of your hand. And then that's for your protein, your animal protein, if you will. And then in my salad, I've got my seeds and nuts and things that I add to it that will also increase my protein levels again. So I'm getting enough. But nevertheless, the muscles support your body's balance, but they also help you with movement, like moving your joints properly. And you want to make sure that you have the right amount of muscle mass for your body's frame so that you can lead a more independent life as you age. So, and you need to build the strength of your muscles, not just have like flaccid muscles. You need to get them to be tight and toned. And one way to do that is by lifting weights. That you could start out with light weights. If you use light weights, you use a lot of reps. If you use heavy weights, you use less reps. And the heavy weights are great because it sends a message to your brain to build more muscle, quickly build more muscle mass to support the weight that you're either lifting or that you're squatting with, or whatever you're doing for the type of weight exercises that you're doing. But nevertheless, your weights are important for you. And I also absolutely love the mobility and strength that you get when you're rebounding on a mini trampoline, on a rebounder. It is so important for your lymph system to be drained properly, and for your bones to get stronger, because when you're on the trampoline, it really helps prevent or slow down osteoporosis and osteopenosis, because between osteoporosis and osteopenosis, if you have a fall when you're older, you could break a hip and then it's all over. For a lot of people, that's it for them. I've said this before, I go to a local church, and there are a lot of elderly people there, and they're so frail, and they walk with their canes, and I feel so bad for them, because the timidity that they're living their lives with is so sad to me, because they don't have the confidence to walk without their walker. And I want to reach out to them and say, you can change things. I saw a YouTube video the other day about a woman who's 100 years old and she's so buff, and she's still lifting weights, she's still so active, and all of these elderly people who are in great shape with good muscle mass on their body, on their frame, they always say the same thing. You've got to stay active, keep your body moving, but also make sure your diet, the protein in your diet supports building new muscle. So it's very important for you. So there's another exercise you can do besides the trampoline and using weights: resistance bands. And if you don't have resistance bands, as far as how you can exercise, but using these tools, if you do have them, it makes it a little bit easier. But you could turn anything into a piece of equipment. You can even take your chair at the kitchen table and you can hold it and do squats with it. And you've got the stability that you need in the beginning till you gain the strength that you're looking for, by holding on to it. And you do your squats very slowly. Go down, protect your knees as you're going down. Make sure you're leaning backwards, not forwards, when you're putting yourself into a squat position. But the stronger your thighs are and your glutes, your thigh muscles, they're the biggest muscles in your body. So the stronger they are, the better the more confidence you'll have when you're walking, or when you're going about your daily life. So that's what I recommend for you. But the foods that you eat that are so important for you, that you want to just slip into your diet, like the fatty fish, like mackerel, salmon. Cod is great. It's not a fatty fish, but it's a cold water fish, which is really important for you. Sardines, even anchovies. These are the fish. This is the fish that you need to help keep yourself lean, but also give you enough protein. Also, red meat is excellent for you. The healthier the cow is, the better that meat, it'll produce greater meat for you. So when you are choosing your meat, look for grass-fed, grass-finished meat, both grass-fed and grass-finished meat. When you eat red meat, you actually need that hemoglobin to bring oxygen into your tissues. The hemoglobin carries oxygen, and it's really important for you to you can only get that from red meat. I think you can only get that from red meat. Some people, like I have a lot of friends who are older than me, and the thought of eating a steak for them, it's just not appealing to them. And because they just don't want it. They're turned off to it at that stage in their life. But since red meat is still so very important for you, it's good for you to choose grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef. And it doesn't have to be lean. If you're carbs are really low, eating protein with fat will not hurt you. Like, for instance, a fatty liver comes from sugar or processed foods or processed grains. So don't be afraid of animal fat if you're consuming good it from a good healthy animal like grass-fed, grass-finished. Happy cows make happy milk. They produce happy milk. They give you happy meat, and all of that's really good for you. But nevertheless, your as you age, also it's really important to pay attention to your digestive enzymes. So anyone over the as after 35 and up, our digestive enzymes go down. So there's two things you can do to stimulate your digestive enzymes. One is ginger, adding ginger to your tea, adding ginger to your smoothie. Grate some fresh ginger into a salad dressing with toasted sesame oil and a little tamari soy sauce. That makes a great salad dressing for you, little rice wine vinegar, but just get that ginger in there. I add ginger to as much of my food as I can. I love to make Indian food, and I use a lot of ginger when I'm making Indian food. But nevertheless, ginger really helps your body create more digestive enzymes. Also, if you can buy a papaya, scrape out the seeds, rinse them real well, and then dehydrate them and put them into a pepper grinder and use that fresh ground papaya pepper, if you will, over your salads and your meats or whatever, use it in your cooking. You will increase your digestive enzymes. When I was younger, I used to buy these digestive enzymes that were made from papaya, and I wasn't so label conscious then. I was more trusting, and I didn't realize that it had so much sugar in it. And so when I realized that, I started making my own digestive enzymes, if you will, from the dried papaya seeds. So that's another way for you to be able to extrapolate more protein into your bloodstream when you're trying to digest your food. And also remember that the more peaceful your mind and your heart are when you're eating, the easier it is for you to digest your food properly. And also remember, your stomach is as big as your closed fist. So it's 1/3 food, 1/3 liquid, and then 1/3 empty, so that when your stomach tries to toss the digestive enzymes into the food that you've chewed and is now in your stomach, the digestive enzymes will be able to coat everything that's in your stomach, and then you'll be able to digest it properly. So that being said, if you like this kind of content, please like it and share it and subscribe.
You've got 3 comments. Helen Vars says hello.
Hello.
Sophia Gagliard says, hi, Susan.
Hi.
What great information. Thank you for your great advice.
Thank you from my heart.
And Mitchell says, I was told to walk after dinner. Does this make sense?
Oh, please. I'm so grateful to you for this question because, information keeps evolving. And when I was really studying anatomy, I learned that all of the blood after a meal should go to your digestive, to your core, to your digestive organs, and you should rest and digest your food. And so I got fatter and fatter and fatter, and the information has evolved, and now the studies show that within 15 or 20 minutes after you eat, it's okay to go for a walk, not a brisk walk, but a walk where you're not losing your breath and you're still able to carry on a conversation. That's the right pace for you. And when you do that, you're actually correcting your blood sugar, and you're helping to aid your digestion. With that 20, after 20 minutes, then do a 20-minute walk at that nice slow pace. Not slow, but moderate pace. So that's a really good question. And I think I'm so grateful to the people who teach me along my journey, because it's from my heart that I give you this information. I was a vain tomboy growing up, but I had such a love and passion to help people, especially people who really were sad or not feeling well or were in pain, and so this is my life's passion to just keep putting this information out there for people, because I use vanity as a way into people's consciousness to get them to take better care of themselves. So thank you for that really good question. So
Now you
the,
can move on to the next segment.
so people ask me, why does your face sag? When the muscles lose their strength and elasticity, they will sag. So the skin that's attached to your muscles gets pulled down with it. So I don't know, for a younger audience, you may not know of a man named Jack LaLanne. I think he lived till he was 96 years old. And he was in really great shape, and he lived a very healthy life. And you can find his videos on YouTube. And he will teach you, or you can find the ones where he teaches you how to strengthen your muscles in your face, to keep your jawline pronounced, and to strengthen and lift the muscles in your face. And I highly, highly recommend that. Because I'm down to one meal a day, I have to be real careful of that not happening to me, because I'm noticing some signs of that in my own face. But I know that because I'm catching it early. When I start doing these exercises, it will most definitely make a difference in my face. And we could do it together. We can support each other with this. And if anybody knows of any great exercises other than what Jack LaLanne is doing, like for instance, there's facial yoga, where you put your face in a certain position, and it hurts. It's not easy to do this, believe it or not, but it will strengthen and tighten the muscles in your face. So, okay, where are we with this?
When someone looks in the mirror.
Okay, so when you look in the mirror and you're noticing these signs, I think the faster you jump on board with getting your exercise in, or improving your skincare routine to support your skin itself, I think that it's really important for you to start as soon as you see these things occurring, because you'll see your jawline is disappearing, or you'll see, you're getting more flaccid in here. And I really have a problem when I see someone with the fillers. If you go to a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist with that issue, they blow up the area. And when you blow up the area, it looks so unnatural. Look at Priscilla Presley, one of the most beautiful women in the world. And she lost the shape of her face with all of the fillers. You could see it all over Hollywood. So it's really important for you to tackle that problem with exercise, even, exercising these muscles. And by the way, when you rebound on the trampoline, if you're doing these exercises while you're on the trampoline, it'll help you, and you'll get there even faster, because when you're on the trampoline, your blood is getting oxygenated, and it's carrying oxygen to every single cell in your body, and the muscle cells in your face really need that as well. So collagen and elastin are really important for your skin and for your connective tissue. So you want to avoid things that will strip or impede the health of your collagen and elastin. And one is not getting enough sleep. And so if it's hard for you to fall asleep, I think one good thing for you to do is to practice gratitude as you're falling asleep. So, is a glass half empty or half full? If you count your blessings before you go to sleep, I guarantee a more peaceful sleep. It'll just be so good for you. And also doing your nice long slow rhythmic inhale and exhale. When you do that, it's affecting your brain chemistry, and you'll be able to go to sleep easier. Never use hot water on your face when you're washing your face. It'll break down your collagen and elastin. What you eat is really important, but even before we get to what you eat, sun exposure, like look at a plump, juicy grape and then look at a raisin. And you'll see that raisin started out as that plump, juicy grape, but it's that sun-kissed raisin that it just shriveled up into a wrinkly raisin that has no elasticity, and it collapses in on itself. One of the blessings God gave me when I was younger, when I worked in Bloomingdale's for a French company, I was selling products over the counter. And there was this woman who used to come in, and my counter manager would make me do makeup on her. And it was so hard because she had no elasticity from head to toe. She was so black. A Caucasian woman. She was so intensely black because she spent so much time in the sun. And I was a kid when she told me this. And she said, if I knew when I was your age what I know now, I would have never destroyed my skin with the sun the way I did. So be careful. Use bronzer instead, or self-tanning. I don't know, they may have bad chemicals in them, but I don't know. Be careful with sun protection. It's better for you. So there's the bones in your face have to stay strong too, because your muscles attached to your bones, right? So if your bones are becoming porous and they're shrinking as well, your bones can shrink. That's a problem, because you can't lift weights in your face. You can exercise your muscles, but you need to keep your bones really strong. So to make sure that you can keep the shape of your face as you age. So you need to eat a good healthy diet with dark green leafy vegetables like kale, cooked spinach, arugula, your nuts and seeds, your pasture raised meats, cold water fish. Seaweed is one of the best beauty foods on the market today. If you look at Japanese women, their skin is very plump and juicy. They eat seaweed every single day, and they also eat fermented food like tofu, tempeh, miso. It's really important that you get your gut biome corrected, and fermented foods help you do that. And when you're eating fermented foods every day or as often as you can, what happens is you'll improve your gut biome, and you'll improve your health and your wellness and ultimately your beauty. They even link depression and cognitive diseases to your gut health. So it's very important when you are trying to eat to maintain good, strong bone mass from head to toe, the benefit of eating that way to protect your bone mass is actually also protecting your heart, it's protecting your brain, and it's protecting you on every level, your level of happiness. So this is where the word holistic comes in. This is what holistic means. And I've been doing holistic health and beauty my entire life. I was thrown off the deep end, into the deep end when I was growing up with all the crazy negative energy that I was subjected to in my home every single day, and it stopped me from being able to digest my food. It just worked negatively on me on every aspect of my body. But when you practice gratitude, I turn that into a way of life and a business for myself. So that being said, the takeaway from this is, if you want to keep your muscles and your skin young and plump looking, do it organically, holistically through your diet, through proper exercise, facial exercise, use that trampoline as well. Drink enough water, get enough sleep, avoid smoking, excessive alcohol, avoid all processed foods. Never, ever, ever, ever drink soda, diet or otherwise. Your bones will crumble. It affects you on every level. And since me being a vain person still today, I would never touch that. And I haven't for decades. When I was little, my mom would allow us to have one soda a week, which is okay. But as I got older, my stomach became more and more sensitive, and God blessed me with a sensitive constitution. I wasn't able to drink it, which is great. So that being said, if you live your life and with happiness and in moderation, you do things in moderation, except the bad stuff. Like, because for instance, bad stuff meaning processed foods, seed oils, consuming seed oils. I live in Buffalo. People go out for chicken wings all the time. Do you have any idea how dangerous they are? They reuse that oil, which is unhealthy oil to begin with, and they may use that oil for a week or so. You don't even know how often they change that oil. They just might add more bad oil to the existing bad used oil. You don't know. But it's so unhealthy for you. And when you make these mistakes with processed foods, or when you're eating out a lot and you're consuming these forever chemicals, it could take, I think it's 18 months for them to leave your body. And so for people who are eating this, they're eating out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Could you imagine the state of their body? And then you wonder why cancer rates are what they are. I take umbrage when these charities are collecting money for cancer research, when they know that what the food industry says is safe for you to eat is causing cancer. They know this, but they get rich off that. And that bothers me. And I want you to stand up and really love yourself enough to take care of your body from the inside out. Don't fall victim to what everybody else is doing. Like, for instance, when you're diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, some people are gone within weeks, but the symptoms are there way before that, because the cause has been in your system for decades. And then moms who give their kids all of these foods with the added coloring and sugar, processed sugar, and all of this crap. And then they wonder why their kids have attention deficit disorder and all these diseases, childhood obesity and childhood cancers. Duh, come on. Where are you? Think. Anyway, sorry to be hard on you. But wake up. You have to wake up. So if you like this content, please like and share. Please share this with people. Share this with everybody that you love because everyone needs to hear this. And you'll also save money. In the end, you'll save money because you won't have to waste your money on expensive medication. And by the way, these drug companies, it's sitcom material. Listen to a drug commercial. The same thing that the drug is supposed to heal in the drug commercial, the list of the deadly side effects, it goes on forever. Are you kidding me? You think we're stupid? Well, maybe people are. Wake up. Anyway, there you go. Sorry, people.
So Mitchell has another comment. He says, what about wings done in the oven?
Mitchell, I love you. I have this toy. It's my air fryer. And I get organic wings and I wash them in salt water and I pat them dry. And then I toss them in a little bit of olive oil and I put them in my air fryer. And as they're toasting in the air fryer, I take my homemade yogurt and I mix it with my blue cheese of choice. I mix that together, put a pinch of the Celtic salt in it, and I take my immersion blender to make sure it's not too lumpy. And then when my wings are ready, I actually turn each wing over so that the underside gets crispy and dark and brown as well. And then I toss it in a big bowl with Frank's hot sauce and some granulated garlic. And I coat it. And then I have my celery and my a great salad that I make. And now that football season is starting, that's at least one meal a weekend will be my wings. But I don't fry them. Same with French fries. My husband loves French fries. So what I do for him is I get organic potatoes. I don't peel them. I wash them really well, the russets. I cut them into like French fries kind of strips, toss them in olive oil, and put them in either my air fryer or in the oven with the Celtic salt and some rosemary. And they are so crispy. They're almost like a potato chip. So they're better than fries. And that's why I want to do a cooking show. So if you could please share in your comments if you want to support me with that. Maybe my husband and my tech guy will let me start doing that because I have so much to teach you in the kitchen. And the reason why food is so important for you is because the forever chemicals that you're eating stay in your body for years. So you really need to clean out your refrigerator, clean out your cabinets, stock it with all good healthy stuff, and then start fresh. And there are ways that you could pull crap out of you more. You know, these forever chemicals and everything. And one way is take psyllium, good quality psyllium, take a couple tablespoons, start slow. Please listen to me. Start with 1 tablespoon. Mix it with water and stir it really, really well. Drink it slowly. Fill the glass up with water again. Drink that glass of water, and then in about 20 minutes, drink another glass of water. That will swell up in your gut. and it's going to extract all of the garbage that's lining your stomach and your intestines. It's going to yank this stuff right out of you. And you know how you'll know it's working? The whites of your eyes will be whiter, your skin will be healthier, your pores will be smaller, you'll have more energy because you're not fighting the toxicity that is roaming around in your bloodstream because of all the crap that you've been eating for all this time. The other thing that's really important is, like with my ginger, I want you to go on YouTube and find these videos where you can make your own soda, so to speak, from fermented ginger.
Maybe you can teach the people.
I want to, but please help me push these guys into letting me go upstairs. God gave me the kitchen I needed with a high ceiling so the camera could be up there. He gave me, and the stove is in the island so I could be across from you. I have everything. He gave me everything. I've been in this kitchen for almost 4 years and still not one cooking show came out of this kitchen. But nevertheless, until they let me do this, go on YouTube and look it up, because these are good, healthy, fermented drinks.
Helen says she would be interested in watching a healthy cooking class.
Thank you, Heartthrob. Tell your friends, because he won't listen to just one or two people.
Like, I love Anchor Bar, though. Now I got me thinking about not even Anchor Bar.
You cannot do that. Listen, we used to go out. Have you been to Bar Bill in Clarence? I can't take you there because I love you. But, I mean, if you're not going to give them up, go to Bar Bill because they're good. Okay. They're really good. But nevertheless, you have to think of things like that. Plus, I want you to come over for my chicken wings. You'll love them. And the other thing you could do if the chicken wing is too annoying because there's not enough meat on it, I've done it with chicken legs too, you know, the drumstick. And it's really cool. It's like a huge Fred Flintstone style chicken wing. You treat it exactly the same as a little chicken wing. And there you go. There's more protein in it. So there, if anybody has any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Josh is going to teach me how to go into the comment section.
I am. We'll be ready by the next show.
Okay. Okay, so I want to talk about something really important right now. I talked about it last time we went live, and it's about what's going on with our food, because are more recalls that are happening. So I'm going to actually read this to you. So eggs have now been added to the list, besides the jalapenos and the lettuce, and now frozen fruit and ready to eat products. I really encourage you, before I go on with this, I really encourage you to watch where you're shopping and to make sure. I really support Whole Foods because they do a lot of research before they pull in a brand. But also you can also support your local farmers because it's still summer and farmers markets are still around in this part of the country. So get your eggs there if you can. But nevertheless, I'm going to just read this to you now. So 19 million individual eggs because of the possibility of salmonella, enteritis. I can't read that. Enteritis contamination. I don't know what that is, but it might come from poop. The recall was subsequently classified as Class 1, the FDA's highest risk recall classification. but because of, before I go on, because of YouTube and YouTube teaching me what I learned, I mean, I swear someone else is directing my YouTube, what comes in front of me. I never knew that eggs come out of the same place in a chicken that poop comes out of. I never knew that. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But before I cook with my eggs, I wash them right before I'm ready to crack them to make eggs for my husband or whatever I'm doing with eggs. Nevertheless, you can, when you get home, you could take them out of the cart, wash them, and don't put them back into that dirty cart. This is why I do mine right before I'm eating, rather than having to get one of those ceramic egg holders, because I don't have room in my refrigerator, because I've got to put stuff on top of my eggs, in my refrigerator, so I don't have room for that. But nevertheless, when you get your eggs home, or before you eat, wash your eggs real well. It's very important to do that, just in case something is on the shell of your egg. Okay? So, the outbreak, 98 illnesses across 17 states, 26 ended up being hospitalized. But so far, thank God, no reported deaths. And the eggs were, can you shrink that down a little bit, honey? Thanks. Country Morning, Cal Maine Sunups, Brookshares, Simple Truth, and Kroger. The affected sell-by or best-by dates ranged from July 20th to August 17th, which is just a few days ago. Consumers should compare the exact carton codes and dates with official FDA information rather than assuming every carton under the listed brand is recalled. Very important to do that. So I'm just going to change the subject for one split second. All of these kids who were brought into the country illegally, and they were brought into slave labor, where do you think they are besides the sex trafficking and all the other stuff that's going on with these poor little angels? The people that were brought across the border, they're being held captive as slave labor in these on these farms. And so it's very possible that this will continue until we correct the situation and help the farmers get the right help that they need, that they can afford to pay their farmhand a good living wage, and everybody's got to bear the brunt of that cost. So I'm sorry to go off on that little side note, but when you got to think about the cause and effect of everything that's happening in the world and the domino effect. So we're reaping the benefits or problems from not having good farmhand, literally taking care of the food that we consume. So it stands to reason we're going to get sick. So jalapeno salmonella outbreak. Federal officials have also investigated a multi-state salmonella Javiana outbreak associated with jalapeno peppers from Sinaloa, Mexico. The FDA reported 345 illnesses in 27 states and 36 hospitalizations. Thank God, no deaths. Affected jalapenos also moved into prepared foods like salsas, guacamole, dips, sandwiches, and other products that showing how one ingredient could, with that domino effect, can bring down the whole dish and make you sick. August 13th, lettuce update. The cyclospora investigation involving iceberg lettuce sourced from central Mexico continued to receive updates. Taylor Farms de Mexico had removed implicated iceberg lettuce from the U.S. market. I hope they're not giving it to their own people. The affected products' best by dates had passed, but the investigation continued as illnesses were reported, investigated, and connected to the outbreak itself. So I'm glad that they're still paying attention to this. It's good that you go into your refrigerator and take food out that you may suspect will have a problem. If you fill your sink with wash your sink really well in the kitchen, really, really well. Rinse it really well, get all the detergent out of it. Fill the sink with water and put 1/8 teaspoon, that's almost nothing, bleach, and soak your veggies in it. After about 20 minutes, let the water go out, rinse real well, fill the sink up with water again, swish the vegetables and fruits around in it, drain the water, and then lay your vegetables out on kitchen towels, pat them dry, and then put them away accordingly. And also in third world countries, they use iodine. Same proportion, just a little bit of iodine in a sink filled with water. You submerge the vegetables in it, and it'll kill whatever's lurking in the on the surface of the fruits or vegetables. So that is a really good way to give yourself a little more comfort and ease. The other thing is, remember the importance of keeping your immune system really, really strong. And I love grapefruit seed extract for that. I say that with almost every video. The liquid is the only one that works for me. I think the name of I can't remember the name of the company. I think it's Naturate or something like that. But anyway, Josh, could you Google that? It's in a white squeeze bottle with red letters. You just need about 10 drops in a glass of water. Do that a couple times a day, every day. It kills pathogens in your body that shouldn't be there. It really, really helps you build your immune system up. It helps ward off colds. It's good for viruses and that kind of thing too. So especially, I mean, it's just really good for you. What's that?
What was the name again?
I'll Google it. It is grapefruit seed extract. Let me just see. Grapefruit seed extract. Let me see if I can find that.
As far as the products go, we have...
Yeah,
Now
here it is. Can you see this, people? Josh, can you blow that up?
Now Foods?
No, look. Look at my phone.
Okay, so that's going to be the CSE.
No, GSE.
GSE.
Look, Nutribiotic. That's what it's called, Nutribiotic. And this company is, if you could see my phone, this company, yeah, there you go, Josh. That is the best brand, in my opinion, out there. It's helped me the most because I used to always have swollen glands. And that was the only thing that took it away. The only thing. So as we age, the viruses are getting stronger that we're subjected to. So sometimes it takes longer for something to take effect, like the GSE, grapefruit seed extract. So that being said, if you're taking chelated zinc every day, and by the way, chelated zinc is very good for strengthening your skin, and it's great for your complexion. So it's good for your immune system, and as luck would have it, it's good for your looks. Vitamin C, another thing, good for your skin, good for your looks, but also very good for your immune system. And oregano oil pills. Oil of oregano pills. They are very good for you to help build up your immune system. So with all of these natural disasters going on in the world, meaning, what's happening to our food supply, you really truly need to take a step back and do whatever you can to increase your immune system, so that in case you did get sick, you would fight this off. Wait, frozen blueberries, Publix, and you know Publix is all over Florida. They recalled certain Greenwise organic frozen whole blueberries. Oh my God. Whole mixed berries in connection with the E. coli 0145 colon H28 investigation. Frozen fruit is often eaten without cooking, including directly in smoothies, yogurt, and breakfast bowls. This is a bummer. Freezing does not automatically eliminate every foodborne pathogen. What a bummer. August 13th, market side tomato bisque soup recall. Kettle Cuisine recalled certain 14-ounce market side tomato bisque soup kits sold at select Walmart stores because of potential Listeria monocytogenes contamination. The announcement covered 3,240 packages with a use by date of August 22nd. Do you believe this? At the time of the announcement, no confirmed illnesses were reported, thank God, in connection with the product. Ready-to-eat foods. Recent federal recall activity has also included ready-to-eat meat products because of the potential Listeria concerns. Together, these stories involve several different pathogens in food categories. You're better off cooking for yourself at home. Confucius says that's what you need to do. Watch where you shop. Make sure your hands are clean before you even touch your food. When you get home from the supermarket, wash your hands, clean out your sink, prep your veggies, prep everything that you can. Let it dry, wrap it in damp paper towels, store it in the refrigerator properly. Make sure that you clean your refrigerator often, because it is such a source of bacteria and disease itself. That's always my Sunday project. I know you're not supposed to do any work on Sundays, but I can't help myself. I clean my refrigerator out on Sundays. But nevertheless, it's very important for you to take control of your health and your well-being. The result will be a more beautiful skin and a happier you. So if you like content like this, please like and subscribe and share with other people. For all those whom you love, help them help themselves. And thank you so much, and I look forward to reading your comments as soon as Josh teaches me how to do that.
Have a great day.